Hi, it's Veronica Carraro, your self discovery and inner wellness coach. Last week, I talked about what happens when we worry. And we found out that when we worry too much, we end up suffering from anxiety and depression, and our physical health can be compromised. So, what can we do to stop worrying? Today, I'm going to share with you 5 steps that you can use to help you stop worrying. I call them 5 worry busters. Step number 1, the first thing you need to do is to notice or to become self aware that you're worried. Remember, I said there are some people who are not aware that they are worried. So you need to be self aware that you're worried. And how does that happen? When you start getting thoughts that are recurring over and over again, and they're also causing you some emotion or unease, emotions of maybe sadness or anger, and it is relentless, it's coming over and over again or is staying with you, then you know that you are worried about something. Step number 2, once you become aware that you're worried, the next thing you need to do is to ask yourself, what am I worried about? What is it that you're worried about? Nail it down by writing it down. And the reason you want to write it down is for clarity, so that you can see what is it that you are actually worried about. What's the issue? What's the problem? Step number 3, now that you are aware you're worried and you have identified what is causing you to worry, the issue or the problem, the next thing you want to think about is, what is it about this issue? What is it about this problem that is worrying me? In other words, what am I afraid of? Ask yourself that. Remember, worry is caused by fear. So that means you are fearful of something happening. So write this down also, that what is it you are actually afraid of? Are you afraid of something will happen, or has something already happened? I don't know. This is the process you need to ask yourself. What are you afraid of? Number 4, now that you know the issue, you have also clarified what you're afraid of. The next thing is to be aware of the thoughts that are occurring in your mind. And I suggest, and the best thing to do here is to write those thoughts down. But the reason you want to write them down, you also want to categorize them. You want to categorize what the thoughts that are just thoughts and what are facts. And why do we want to do that? And I want to repeat here again. You want to categorize your thoughts. Those that are facts or factual, and the other thoughts that are just thoughts. The reason you want to categorize them is because we know that in the mind, thoughts create stories. We end up making conclusions, and our mind sometimes makes things bigger than they are. We have a tendency of creating mountains out of molehills. Then we worry about things that, as I said, could happen or that have happened. So our thoughts conjure up stories, imaginations, and these thoughts, we don't need them. They are not helpful to us because they make things worse. And that's why we want to categorize them, so that we can actually discard them and say, you notice them, but you're not taking notice of them, because if you dwell on them, they're going to make things difficult for you. What you need to deal with is the facts. And now that you have the facts, you come to the facts. The thing you need to ask yourself with the facts that you have is there anything I can do about this? Yes or no? If it's yes, then by all means, start doing something about it. Start solving that problem. Start becoming active in finding out what you could do, what can be done. I don't know, but you need to start doing something, because immediately you are actively doing something about it, your worry is going to come down. You're going to lessen your worry. If it's a no, that means there's nothing you can do about it. It means then this something is either beyond your control, it's beyond your limits, and there is nothing you can do about it. Which then comes to, then there is nothing to worry about it. You don't need to worry about it, because by just worrying about something you cannot control or do anything about is nothing but a waste of your mental energy. The only thing or the only option you have here is to practice acceptance. So there you are. I've given you my 5 worry busters. I hope next time you get worried, you use these steps, and I hope they're going to help you. Until next time, join me in my next video when I talk about how to practice acceptance. Thank you.